Lyrical Opera Theater proudly presents...
Hi, welcome to another edition of Lyrical Logs. We have the privilege of having Christopher Arbizu here with us today. He's a member of the board of directors. Can you tell us about yourself?
Well, I was born under mysterious circumstances in a hospital in Switzerland with two unique abilities, namely language and perfect pitch.
Yes, and they're substantial. They're superhuman.
I have dedicated myself to using these powers for the cause of opera.
And we thank you.
And I know which superpower the boss here would like to have.
All of those, that's for sure.
Yeah, but also Batman's superpower, infinite money.
Infinite money. I definitely want infinite money.
Yeah.
It's one of those things when you're a musician, especially in the classical arts and opera in particular. We're in a very expensive type of profession with very little money.
Yeah, I don't get why society doesn't respect the arts more.
I know, right?
They teach us so much. I mean, I don't think I'd be half as well spoken as I am today without the aid of, watching Jon Stewart or, various comedians and
it's the arts that have brought that to us.
Frankly, a lot of things can be learned from, opera and, new and old opera,
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And, one of the things that Christopher also did is he's the one that came up with the idea to do Lyrical Logs. It's his idea. Our format is his idea. When I need words to put into however I present it, I go to Christopher because he can put together words in a very powerful way and he can do it very, very rapidly. It's far superior to what I can do. And in fact, one of our first Lyrical Logs has now had about 10 times the amount of shares of anything else we've presented it. And it's because of Christopher's unique gifts.
If I may say, boss, we're not the first company to do this. If you go on channels like Nostalgia Critic and like stuff like Channel Awesome on YouTube, they've been doing this kind of stuff for years. There's Nostalgia Critic doesn't just have his, main series of reviews. He's got interviews with his cast members. He's got his cast members doing stuff, And they're a tight little troupe. They've actually got their own big studio now to make parody film reviews in.
And these are the kinds of things I don't have time to watch or to involve myself in. I have a different personality, so there are things I like that Christopher doesn't like. And so these kinds of unique kinds of thinking, and in fact, Christopher has Asperger's syndrome, and one of the things that I pride that we do at Lyrical Opera Theater is use differently abled people, letting them bring their gifts to us, and we use those gifts. And it makes us a far better, far superior company because we have people that can think differently from us, including Christopher Arbizu here. So, how have you been involved with Lyrical Opera Theater in the past?
Well, in basically all the operas. There was Madama Butterfly back in 2013, there was Tosca in 2014, there was La Boheme in 2015, there was Carmen last year. And this year we're doing Falstaff, but I was in the sound, well, not so much a booth, but it's just like a seat behind a desk. But I was involved with the sound because we use lots of new innovative technology, and sometimes that doesn't mesh well with old style theater technology.
Right.
So she has to figure out every single wire, and then just when she thinks she got it out, suddenly a wire isn't the same as it was before. It doesn't go to the same thing, so she has to switch the jacks back. And it's always a mad dash to get everything ready, And even then, sometimes during the opera, a performer doesn't show up on stage when they need to. And the worst part is, the previous part of the opera goes by perfectly, and then that happens.
Right. I think it's kind of the nature of live theater. It makes it exciting, yet it makes you have to be on your feet. You have to just deal with it in the instant that it happens.
There's so much things that go on behind the scenes. I mean, you could make a whole log about that, honestly. In fact,
Which we are.
in fact, we should do so. And in fact, if we show that setup, one of the things we can't do is make cuts like we do in these.
It's true.
You know, we just show the entire setup. You know, if a problem happens, we explain what happened to the camera, which is kind of like what happens on reality shows, except ours is real.
Right, ours is real.
Yeah, so.
And we don't have magical solutions. We have to think on our feet, and our whole setup is unique. It's something that we came up with on our own.
And this is my idea guy capability in live action right now. You're seeing the formulation of an idea right now. But yeah, you will be seeing, you know, setups behind the opera as well as the opera itself. I don't know if you can get Daniel to film that, because I'm going to be on sound. I can't be on the camera.
Right.
I used to be on both sound and camera, and you have no idea how hard that was.
Yeah, because sound is quite difficult. He's literally balancing live singers with our full orchestral accompaniment tracks.
I still remember Butterfly, right? And I had to both try and make it look dramatic with the camera, you know, while paying attention to the opera, and also getting this. Luckily, the sound could stay the same for most of that. But you know, it's a
difficult balancing act, that's for sure.
That's why I'm glad we finally found Daniel.
Yeah, we just keep getting better and better and adding new and better things, and
yep, our company's growing.
Yep.
It's like a large robot made out of a bunch of smaller robots.
Yep. That aren't robots.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean, right? A bunch of different parts. You know, kind of like with the Voltron or the Power Rangers Megazord, where they all combine and make up one bigger thing.
One bigger thing.
Yeah, I think I'm one of the arms.
Okay.
or maybe one of the legs. I don't know. What would you consider the technical guy to be? More of the legs or one of the arms?
I don't know. I think you're the heart.
Now you're the main command. You're in charge of something, boss. But you know, I'd be like one of the arms or legs or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for listening in again, audience, and thank you, Christopher Arbizu, for doing this interview and for Lyrical Logs itself. Thank you.
And remember, let your heart song soar to the infinite beyond.
Awesome. Thanks.